What's up, y'all? This is Jay Morales, and I'm here with my dog,
Cwalk.
And you're locked into the Dream Deposits podcast, where hustle meets legacy. Today's guest needs no warm up. Obviously, he's the crack legend himself. turned the streets upside down. OG of the Freeway, crack game architect. The man, the myth, the legend, but most importantly, a father. A lot of people, pride themselves on that too, for sure. But neither here nor there. We want to welcome Mr. Freeway Rick.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Glad to be here, man.
Yes, sir. Nice to be here.
I love Austin.
Yeah.
I ain't got to eat yet, though.
Yeah, me neither. I'm right there with you.
They got some great vegan food down here.
Oh, yeah.
I've
You're
been
vegan.
here about 5 times.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You did say
They do. They have the place we're going to after this. They have a whole separate ordeal for you. So
Yeah?
vegan food, yeah. So
All
they're
right,
gonna take care of you.
Let's go. Let's
That'll
go.
be good.
Gotcha.
So
Yes,
for sure.
sir.
Now you got me ready to go.
Well, while we're talking about that, how did you become a vegan?
Man, in the pen, one of my old heads, Orlando Smith, rest in peace, was telling me about eating meat, teased me about eggs, and I don't think I was eating pork no more already, but I was still doing the beef and the turkey and the chicken,
Right.
and he was just making fun of it. And one day he was like, "Man, you hooked," and I was like, "What you mean I'm hooked?" Because I'm the kind of person that I don't really like to have nothing to control me.
Uh-huh.
I like to be I'm a control freak. My girl say I feel privileged.
Yeah. That's what's up.
So when he told me that, I was like, man, bet I can quit.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, bet for 6 months you can't quit. So we made $100 bet. I did it. I won the bet, and he gave me my $100.
Yeah.
And we in the pen, so $100 is a nice little piece of money.
Yeah.
So I took the $100 and I bought all fried chicken that day. The day I went to bed, it was fried chicken day. So I bought a whole thing. Like me and a couple of my partners, we sitting at the table. We got fried chicken, and I'm teasing him like,
Yeah, like I did it. Yeah, man, that's what's up.
Man, I got sick as a dog.
Man.
Oh yeah, being without it.
Oh yeah,
that
I've been
long.
without it for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it felt like I did a ton of Lord.
Mhm.
Just I couldn't get over throwing up.
Yeah.
And it was like crazy. I was like, damn, man, it do you like that? And then when I did the vegan thing, I gained weight.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't lose no strength on the weight part because I was bodybuilding at the time.
Okay.
I didn't lose no strength. I was still lifting my max. And I was like, after I got sick, I was like, man, why you even go back?
Yeah.
He also gave me a book to read too called "Do You Live to Eat or Do You Eat to Live?" And I decided that I wanted to eat to live and not live to eat.
Right.
Like so many people, we do out here. We live to eat.
Yeah. I live.
What's my next meal?
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna go eat at?
Yeah. That's
So now I'm down. I eat 1 meal a day.
okay.
Most days. Some days I eat more. But for the most part, I eat 1 meal a day. Don't do any snacking most of the time. Every now and then I'll, give me a trail mix or
Okay. Yeah.
something like that there. But I try to just do the 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel pretty good about it, and I don't see how nobody else could eat, no other way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. That's good. You said something about control, like wanting to control your surroundings and just a control freak.
Yeah,
In general, yeah, I'm the same way. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I like to be
in control.
Right. So I've never been under the influence.
Yeah.
I stay sober, different things like that.
Wow.
So I definitely feel that.
I can't say I ain't never been.
Yeah.
Only a couple times. I probably say I'm probably drunk maybe 15 times in my life.
See, I've never been drunk. I don't even know what
take
it's
a
like.
drink,
Yeah.
and then I probably got drunk about 3 times.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up.
Get that champagne. They give you the bottle of champagne. You drink the whole thing. You tow back. So when you don't drink too, So, but I made a commitment about 2, maybe 3 years ago that I'm never gonna drink again.
Got you. No, that's what's up.
So.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
I want to be healthy, man. One of the most important things I believe is our health.
Yeah.
That's something that we can't get back. If you lose your health, it's done.
Yeah.
All this other stuff is material that
right.
can be recreated.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, health and time for sure.
Yeah,
I can't get any of those, but
Yeah, so I'm standing on my health. Even though I don't go to the doctor like I probably should, but I don't never be sick. So I'll be like, why I'm gonna go to the doctor? I ain't never sick.
Ain't nothing wrong.
No headaches, and if you look soreness, when I come from the gym, you be sore. But I'm like, I expect that, that comes from the exercise.
Right. See, I gotta get like you, man. I gotta grow up to be like you. That's the goal.
Well, you gotta start now while you're young.
Right.
Don't wait. Man, I'm reading a great book right now, and it's called How Not to Die.
Okay.
And he talks about doing things right then. Don't, wait to say I'm gonna do it later. Like you got to go ahead and do it right now. And I'm pretty much that kind of guy too. Even if my situation ain't right, if it's something I want to do, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Cost me sometimes.
Hey, you live and you learn. You got to get out there.
Yeah, but so often we become procrastinators.
Right.
where we say, we wish we could get this done and wish we could get that done, and we never take the steps to do that. And I don't want to be no procrastinator. That's why I be on these airplanes like I do.
Yeah, moving around, staying busy. So I guess you've pretty much had that mindset your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Even when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, like, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Like, when you decided to start selling drugs, you just kind of woke up, or like, how did that come about?
Man, if somebody would have told me a week or two before I started selling drugs, I was gonna be a drug dealer, I would have thought they was the craziest motherfucker in the whole world. I would have been like, man, you retarded.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about drugs.
Yeah.
Man, I never smoked weed. At that time, I never drunk a beer or a cigarette or none of that. I was what they call a square,
Yeah.
So, man, when my partner showed it to me, and he explained it to me, I was highly interested.
Mm-hmm.
I was down on my luck. I couldn't even put gas in my car.
Gotcha.
Gas was 25 cents a gallon.
And still,
And I didn't have money to put gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of dude that I was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And mom was on my back. About what you gonna do. I just dropped out of high school. My mom was. She was one of them, man.
Yeah.
She didn't spare the switch, boy. So my boy introduced me to it, and more so than the actual introduction, but the explanation that he gave me, the things that he told me that could happen from, oh man, you can get your own car, the girls, the clothes, the jewelry.
Yeah. Sold you the dream.
Yeah, he sold me the dream.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me the nightmare part of the dream, but and a lot of times that's how we get introduced. We only get the dream,
right?
And it's only later when that nightmare comes.
Facts.
That you want that dream to be over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this thing I'm ever gonna wake up?
I've been there.
Yeah. So he sold me that dream, man, and I was skeptical of what he was telling me. So he gave me my little sample, and I went around and was trying to find out what he told me was true. Yeah.
So like he showed you the ropes on how to like move it, how to sell it.
No,
you just kind of went and tried.
No, he just gave me a sample,
and you just downloaded the information. You just knew to go and.
So I just went out to all the dudes in the hood, that I knew was was movers and the shakers. I went to a couple of my partners with Sherm heads.
Mm-hmm.
I figured they might know.
Okay.
But it was so new that the dudes I thought would know didn't know. It was only when I ran across Martin, who was a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me what it was. He took it and cooked it up and smoked it the whole 9 yards. So,
Oh, he did it himself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was glad to do it.
Yeah. Oh, he was glad to do it. Okay.
Yeah, he was glad to do it. He was glad to take a sample.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me his analysis.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so that's how I got started, man. And most people wouldn't believe, but I got beat my first deal. Martin smoked the whole rock up. I didn't get no money.
Yeah.
Oh, so you took it to him to show you, and he smoked the whole thing.
It was so small,
Okay.
Y'all probably too young to know what a match head is, but they used to have like matches. It was like
Oh, that's how big it was? Like
a match head.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The ones you strike across the body.
Yeah. So he took a piece off of it to test it, and then it was even smaller. Then it was like a half of a match head, and that was $50.
Okay, that's what's an asking.
Yeah. So then he was like, "Man, I tasted it, but I need a little more to really get you."
That sounds like a crackhead to me.
Yeah. So when he hit it again, then it was a third of a match head, and then he was like, "Man, I might well just go and do the whole thing. I'm gonna pay you Friday."
Oh man.
Oh man.
I owe you.
Today I give you some money Friday. Yeah.
And how old were you at that time?
I was 19.
19.
Yeah, but a green 19. As far as the streets go, now when it came down to playing tennis, I knew that part of life. But as far as knowing about drugs and the streets, and even gangs to a certain extent, because I hadn't really. I grew up with a lot of the gang members, from elementary school to junior high school. But when I went to high school, I went to a tennis high school, so I wasn't. I wasn't in that realm. It's so crazy that, let me tell you about this here when I find out about lowriders, right? Because I'm living in L.A., right? And I don't even know they got lowriders,
Wow.
because I was that focused on the tennis,
Okay.
I would get up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, get on the bus and go, 30 minutes across town to play tennis.
Yeah.
I would come back at night, get off the bus, go in the house, eat, jump in the tub, and go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
That's how I was living my life.
Yeah.
So I understand now that what I did is I had blinders on, and I couldn't really see the other things, that was going on. The gangs, the drugs, the prostitution, I really didn't recognize that stuff until after I stopped playing tennis.
Okay.
And started messing with coke. And then I started knowing the pimps, and then reunited with my homies that had went to elementary school and junior high school that was real gangbangers, they really was doing that thing, One of my elementary school friends just got out like 3 years ago, 45 years in jail, another one like 38 years, went to jail when they was like 18 years old.
Right.
So, that's the kind of environment that I was living in, but I couldn't see that. I didn't know that people would rob people and kill them, for some money.
For that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you weren't violent like that. You kind of
Well, I was at that time. I was just playing tennis. I had never had a gun. I didn't know.
Right.
I really stepped. Like I said, I really stepped back. The lowriders got me all the way back into, got me into selling drugs and all that, because we were still riding bikes.
Yeah.
Me and my homies, we was at 19, we were still riding bikes. So one day we was coming from the beach on our bikes, and then we see all of these cars and then what used to be called Churchy's Chicken.
Yeah.
So we pull up, we want to see what's going on. All these people are out, and the girls is out, and like, damn, I like that car. That thing kind of nice,
Yeah.
Convertible Chevys,
Right.
and they got these candy paint jobs on them, and I was like, oh man, I want to get me one of them. And that was my introduction back into the streets.
Okay.
Well, into the streets, because I had never really been in the streets, in junior high school, we ran together, but a couple of guys, was calling themselves Crips, but they wasn't really, they
put down yet.
not at that time.
At the time, they weren't
Yeah,
like
we
that.
still like 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so but when I came back, it was a difference. They carrying guns now, snatching people out their cars, at gunpoint. Like, well, give me your. There was some rims that came out that was called True Spokes and Big Hubs at the time, and if you had them on your car, they was like $500 for a set.
Yeah.
People would literally take you out your car at gunpoint. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you came to the street races, you would probably have a couple guys with you with guns and it wasn't nothing nice sometimes, especially if you was the wrong dude.
Yeah. Dang, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then it went from there to me going around asking guys how did they get them cars.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about me, I never really had a problem about asking questions. I'm kind of a nosy person.
Okay, just very inquisitive. Very inquisitive.
Yeah. I'll be trying to figure stuff out. I'm always, trying to figure out what's the better angle. What should I do here? How should I make this better? So I started going around asking all these dudes how they getting these cars. Like, damn, how much that paint job cost?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? $1,000. I ain't never seen $1,000. And then I finally ran across one, Dirty Benny. He had a Fleetwood Brougham. It was front and back on the rims and everything. And he told me to come by his house, and I started stealing cars with him. I started off driving cars for him. He would steal them, and I would drive them back, to wherever he wanted it to go. And he would pay me $50.
Yeah.
And I got into cars. I messed around. I had my own chop shop. Before I was 20, I had my own chop shop. And then the same thing that Benny used to do with me, I started doing with my little homies.
Okay.
I learned how to steal the cars. So I would go steal it. They would drive it, and we'd take it to my chop shop, take all the parts off, and sell them to the body shops. Yeah. That's how I ran into Mike. Mike is the one who introduced me to cocaine.
Oh, okay.
He was also a painter. He painted cars. He was one of the coldest painters around.
Yeah.
And me and him hit it off. I didn't have enough money to pay him, so I would come down to his shop and sand cars and
it's kind of work off. Yeah.
Yeah. Do little stuff, to help him, because I wanted him to paint my car, and I ain't had $1,000.
Right.
So we struck up a friendship.
Okay.
And then he had got a scholarship to go play football, so he left L.A., went to play football, and he came back on the break, and lo and behold, wow, he doing cocaine. Yeah. So when he came back, he had a little jewelry on, so man, it looked like Mike popping.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had to get in with him.
Yeah. So he sold me the dream, man.
Yeah.
And I bet it, wholeheartedly. Like I say, I got beat out of my first deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I really was going to quit. I wasn't going to go back. I wasn't going to go back to selling dope. I tried,
Yeah. So what made you go back?
Well, Martin called me.
Okay.
And he had somebody want to buy $100 piece. So I called Mike and I was like, man, I ain't got your 50, dude gonna pay me Friday.
Yeah.
But somebody over here want to spend $100. You want it? He shot over there and got that 100.
Yeah.
And it started from there.
Yeah.
Every time somebody would want it, I would just call him. He would bring it. Boom, 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 boom. So my boy, Ali, he had went to jail for a burglary. So I got out of jail, and I was telling him, because I got busted for stealing cars. They kicked my top shop in and got me for stealing cars. I had like 7 cars, and then chopped up, cut in half, and all kind of. We was in there, man.
That was wilding.
We was wilding, but the raid wasn't for us. It was crazy about the raid, but anyway, I couldn't steal cars no more. So when I'll get out of jail, I'm telling him like, man, I'm selling this coke for Mike, man, and I'm doing good with it. I'm making about $300 a day. I said, but I need my own pack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, let's go steal a car. And I was like, man, I'm fighting that case. I'm fighting seven counts right now of a GTA. He's like, oh, man, all you got to do is start the car. I'll do all the work. I said, yeah. I said, all right, bet. Let's go tonight. So we rolled around all night looking for something we could make a quick $350 off of, because that's what it was called an 8-track at the time, but it was really just like a gram of coke and probably 2 grams of cut.
Oh, wow.
No, it was beat up, but it was expensive then. You know, coke was so expensive back then. I could take that and make then $900 off of it,
Even though it was already cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we finally it might have been like 6 a.m, man. We caught a deuce and a quarter with some AYs and bulbs on it. I was like, man, that our liquor is right there.
Yeah.
So I went and snatched the ignition out of it. First, I dough jammed it, unlocked the door with some vice grips. It had an alarm on it, so I had to crawl up under and take the alarm off of it. So I got the alarm off of it, and then we couldn't get the damn car started.
Oh.
Something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
So, but we hungry, man. We ain't leaving. We ain't leaving without it.
Yeah.
We taking that with us. So I said, come on, man. Let's go get a tow truck.
Oh.
So we went and stole the tow truck.
So we got a tow truck and
Yeah, we went and stole the tow truck, man, and hooked it up, took it back to the garage, and got our money. That's how we got started, man. We never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
From there, sold the AWAS cheap too, because it seemed like nobody wanted to buy nothing. They was lowballing us. So I was like, man, it don't matter if we don't get our price for the AWAS. Once we get that dope, we gonna get our money back. So we sold the AWAS for like $250.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sold him to Fat Dopey. Dopey was a gambler, had a Cadillac.
Okay, well, that's what's fat. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was a baller. He was rolling a little bit.
Okay.
So he bought the wires from us, and we went to the dope man.
Yeah.
And we ain't looked back. We took that and parlayed that into our Thai empire. To where some days we made $3 million.
Right. What's that? I can't even fathom that. Like, what's $3 million a day? That's crazy, man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So before you got to LA, because originally you were born here in Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm from Tyler.
Okay.
Tyler, Troop. I was born in Tyler, but Troop is where we lived.
Okay. So how long did you live there?
I think we moved, man. I might have been like 3.5, maybe 4 years old, just before school. Before I was eligible to go to school.
Oh, okay.
So in California, you can go to school at 5. So it had to be like 3, maybe 4 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I used to love Texas. I still love Texas.
Yeah.
Man.
So you reside in LA or Cali, right? You live in Cali. It's like home.
Yeah, I've been living in Cali since my mom moved me out there.
Okay.
I came. We used to come back here every year though to I want to go down in Tyler to work.
Yeah.
In LA, you couldn't work out there as a kid. But my family stayed on the farm, so they would pay us to feed the hogs. And we go haul hay and puck wood and stuff like that there to make some money. So I've always been willing to work.
Yeah.
I never. I just love working. I don't like being stagnant.
Right.
Just sitting around. And that was one of the things that really hurt me when I was in jail was the inability to be active.
Mm-hmm.
It was only when I figured out how to work the system, how to make jail work for me, that my time got easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You learned how to read in jail.
I learned how to read there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after I learned how to read, I figured out that they had business books, that would teach you how to get some money.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, I should have been read this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't never have to steal cars or sell dope and none of that. All I had to do was know these principles that to having money,
Right.
And that's the problem with so many of us is that we don't know the principles of money.
Facts.
So we wind up doing what we see everybody else doing.
Right. It was a product of our environment.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The influence,
Right.
And I think that's a big problem, in our communities is that there's no role models.
Right.
I had went to a Nation of Islam service, and I don't know when if I read a book, I put myself in the book.
Okay.
I pick out a character that closely relates to me or he's having the same type of problems that I'm having. So we go to this Nation of Islam meeting service, and they put the tape in, and I didn't know who Minister Farrakhan was. I never. My mom always say, "Stay away from them Muslims."
Oh yeah, 5%ers and all that. Yeah.
My mom was diehard Christian.
Yeah.
Stay away from them Muslims.
Of course. Okay. Yeah.
She didn't want us going to their store, right? Mm-hmm. So I go, Andy, I don't want to go really, right? But we all on the way pile kicking it, and a couple of them become my friend, and we play basketball together. So man, come on, go to service with us, man. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna come, man. Watch.
Get up with you, yeah.
So one day they tricked me into going, man. I went on over there and I started listening, man. I was like, damn, this dude here, real elegant with his talk game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's spitting. And man, he was saying, study them. And so I go back to my room and I'm like, because when I started selling dope, I studied all the dudes who was already selling dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I came up with my own game plan. I didn't invent my plan. I just watched what these dudes were doing, and I said, "Oh, he did that wrong. He shouldn't have did that."
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, look at him. That's how he did it. Okay, I'm gonna do it just like that then.
Yeah.
So when he said study them, it was like sparking in my mind, because I learned how to play tennis by watching my friends who had sponsors get tennis lessons.
Okay.
I would sit on the bench and I would watch the coach them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't afford a tennis lesson. My mom was on welfare.
Yeah.
My mom ain't finna pay no $30 for no hour for no.
Yeah.
Boy,
we going to sit around somewhere.
Yeah, you finna get that shoe.
Yeah. Right.
Upside your head.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I would sit there and I would just watch my friends, and then I would watch how they play, and I developed my game like that, without a coach. So
you got into playing, like, so you just kind of like a walk on with the.
When my friends played,
yeah,
they was like my best friends.
Okay.
So they played tennis. So I would go to the tournaments with them, and just hanging out,
right?
Not even tripping on playing, but just hanging out with. It's my boy.
Yeah.
We go motorcycle riding, dirt bike riding, and.
Gotcha. But eventually, you were actually playing for a team, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did that?
No, I got good.
Yeah, you got good. So good enough to kind of walk on. Is what I mean. Like.
Yeah. I made the team.
Right.
Well, they told the coach to recruit me.
Okay.
They knew that they knew what I could do. They helped me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once I started, then they would start working with me too. Okay. Oh no, you're doing this wrong. Do this, do this here, and then they would hit with me. And by doing that, it's like when Mike played with Scottie Pippen, with Chicago, he made everybody on the team better because they got to watch what he did, and you get to follow his. One of the things, like I spoke at a juvenile hall in Detroit last week, and what I told the kids, I don't mean to get off the subject, but this just came to my mind while we were sitting here talking, and how people tell us, don't be a copycat. Mm-hmm. And what I found out is make sure you copying the right cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we be copying the wrong cats.
Yeah.
And we wind up getting into stuff that, we don't know how we got into it. But yeah, but by me having them as my friends who was ranked, college bound, pro bound, helped me lift my game up and my determination. I was determined to be better than them.
Yeah.
I wanted to be better than oh yeah, I don't care. Y'all been getting lessons, y'all been playing longer than me. I'm still gonna be better than
right.
Right. That's just how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And that elevated my game.
Right.
So I took those same principles and I added them to everything that I did, with the cars, with the cocaine. So when I'm in prison and I'm hearing him saying, study them. So I'm like, wow, study them. And I don't want to sell dope no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in prison right now. I'm like, That dope shit don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you accumulate all this shit, and then they just take it all back from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you done wasted all this time trying to accumulate stuff that you ain't gonna get to keep.
Yeah.
So when he's saying studied him, I'm like, who he talking about study? Who he talking about study? And I'm pondering this, right, over and over and over again. And I'm already reading books now. You know, I'm already reading like self-help books, you know, Anthony Robbins. Matter of fact, it was crazy. He should be so crazy, man. I was in Detroit the other day. Damn. And I'm walking through the hotel, and this dude come by, and he said, hey, Rick, my brother is here, and he want to see you. He was in jail with you. And I was like, yeah. I'm saying, okay. Tell him I'm in room such and such and such and such. He said, cool. So we leave. I'm going through the casino. And this big old dude, big black dude come up, and he was like, Rick, I've been looking for you. And I was like, yeah, for what?
Uh-oh.
I don't remember him.
All right.
I don't remember him. He said, man, you don't remember me? I said, nah. He said, you don't remember when you was in Smith County Jail and they moved you over to low risk? You know, because my time was short, so they moved me to a lighter facility. And I was like, yeah, I remember I was there. He's like, I was the bunkie set next to you. He said, you gave me a book to read. And I was like, yeah. He said, yeah, you turned me on to Anthony Robbins. Awake the Giant Within.
Yeah.
And I knew I had the book. You know, to read the book. Come just now starting to like develop my ability to say that you are important. Not how much money you got, you know, not how good you are in sports, because all that stuff is developed. You know, those are things that you work to get better at.
Right.
You know, it ain't something that you're born with that.
Right.
But you're supposed to be born with self-confidence in yourself and the ability to like yourself or to love yourself, you know, to give yourself a chance to thrive at something. You know, in the dope game, when I look at it, is that we don't really give ourselves that chance because we're really setting ourselves up for failure. You know, it's a failure situation.
Yeah.
So this kid, he was talking about, he said, yeah, my wife used to throw food over the fence and you wouldn't eat none because you was vegan.
Oh, okay.
He said, I had to tell her, hey, bring some bean burritos.
Right.
For my man. So I turned him on to these books, right? And so he said he took that I showed him. And I told him, man, you got to stop being a knucklehead. All this gang banging and stuff ain't going to pay off.
Right.
Now this dude is the biggest all-rig seller in the world.
The biggest what?
All-rig.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Things that drill the oil down.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the biggest all-rig seller, he said, in the world. He said he sold to all the foreign countries and it was crazy. And he's like, man, I need you to come to Houston. So I got to go to Houston and kick it with you.
Yeah.
But, you know, just saying that is, I was already doing the self-help stuff. So then when I go and I hear Farrakhan speak, he tell me, study them. I was like, wow, who he talking about? I said, oh, I know who he talking about now. He talking about the people that you want to have money like they got money.
Okay.
So, you know, I started studying like Master P, Russell Simmons. First it was the music industry. And then I was like, shit, they ain't got no money, but the other motherfuckers got more money than them. Bill Gates.
Right. Steve Jobs and all them, yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
You know, Google had started popping, you know, like,
Okay.
so I ordered the Google book. So
Okay.
what I did is I just started to, because I'd already started working on my book too, right? And so I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of a forward thinker, right? I already knew that they wasn't going to want to publish my book. I don't know how I know this.
Yeah.
But I'd already said, you know what, they ain't gonna publish your book.
Yeah.
So I started studying self-publishing.
Gotcha.
Right.
Right.
So I run across this librarian, her book, right? Looking for books on how to self-publish your book. I run across a librarian's book, and she breaking it down, right? She was like, anything you want to know how to do, it's been wrote about and put in a book.
Right.
I said, huh? So you saying that if I want to learn how to send a rocket to outer space, they got a book that you could read that will give you all the details.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking to myself when I'm reading her book.
Right.
I'm reading her book, but I'm in the book.
Right. You asking questions and you kind of just self-reflect.
Yeah.
What's going? Like, I can do this. I can do what? Yeah.
Man, so I just started ordering books.
Yeah.
I would take all my little money that I hustle up in jail and buy books.
Yeah.
And just study this person, study that person. And then if I read, like, one of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm reading a magazine about Don King, because Don King was somebody who I went. That's how I got into boxing.
Yeah.
So I'm reading Don King, good thing. Oh, Don King was in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Don King said he took over boxing while he was in jail. He didn't say that he took over boxing when he got out. He had already took it over, he thought, when he was in jail.
Yeah.
Because he was forward thinking. He already had his plan lined up with what he was going to do. So when I was reading it, he said one of his favorite books was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
I ordered it. Bam.
Yeah.
I found Anthony Robbins reading another magazine. Somebody was talking about Anthony Robbins. I ordered the book. Yeah. So I'm starting to build up my awareness, and I'm starting to find the different people who I wanted to be like, and I started ordering their books and study their path. Like, I know the dudes who started Google, the first money they got, they went to McDonald's and ate. Right. You know what I'm saying? They thought their celebration was at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And it just just build up my arsenal to where right now I feel the way I feel. It's crazy.
Yeah. You brought up music. You were an early investor in like Death Row and different things.
No,
like
I didn't.
Right?
I didn't invest in Death Row. I invested in Beverly Glen Music.
Okay.
Which is the label that brought out Anita Baker.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my dad's favorite artist.
Yeah.
And
they
shout out.
The owner sons play tennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he would want his sons to play with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends wouldn't do it. And no, we ain't, so I got the job. And, he paid me $20 an hour, go and hit balls with his kids. And we kind of built up a little friendship. And when I got big in the dope game, I don't take vacations too often. But this day I just felt, relaxed today.
Yeah.
Stuff is under control. And it was on more control. I had really on more control at that time. Like,
okay.
I didn't even have to be around.
Right. Everything's kind of automated at that point.
Yeah. If I didn't want to, I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Even though I like to be around.
Yeah.
But this day I was like, I'm just go chill. And then they said there was a pro tournament going on in L.A. So I go to the tournament. I'm just chilling, And I look and I say, oh man, that go little Otis. He playing number 1 and number 2 for UCLA at this time.
Okay.
And they playing Stanford. And he playing this great big old white boy. And they get to arguing.
Yeah.
About a point. And the dad get in it, who used to look out for me, when I was 16.
Okay.
So they arguing and it's just him and his son, 2 blacks, and I know UCLA team ain't finna help Lil Otis.
Right.
And look like all the Stanford boys was together.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They riding together like, yeah, fuck that.
Right.
They got it going, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, man. I can't let him jump on my boy. So I called my guys and was like, hey, man, I'm in Lincoln Park. Some white boys about to jump on me. They was there in like a second.
Yeah.
And like, man, I heard cars and motorcycles squeaking. So almost instantaneously, one of them hit the dude, hit Otis in the eye. And, you know, I had my guys to take care of it. After it was over with, me and Otis hooked back up because he hadn't saw me in like 5 years. I had hair on my face. You know, he didn't even recognize. He didn't even know who I was. And my high school tennis coach told him, you know, oh man, Rick probably want to save your life, motherfucker.
Yeah. Right.
And nobody was finna hurt him.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, I'm gonna take you out for dinner. You know, something he always did. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I'm going to dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, going out to eat.
We're going to one of them restaurants. I'm gonna get a hamburger and some French fries and a malt. You know, because he let me get what I want.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, all right, cool. And then the coach was like, motherfucker, Rick rich. He don't need your food no more. He rich.
You know who he is?
Yeah. So then he started talking to me about the music business.
Okay.
And that's how I got involved with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to you, man, for real.
Yeah.
Love Anita Baker.
but me and Harry was cellies when they started Death Row. No,
That was what?
we were cellies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were cellies. I was there when he met Suge,
Yeah.
and I heard the conversations and all
It's
this.
kind of in the mix, but
Yeah. But I didn't get all the way into it.
okay. Got you.
So speaking of music, I know I had watched like some things that a lot of the rappers back then like imitated what you were. You know, they wanted to be
Still
that.
now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They still do
Oh yeah,
it
I mean
now.
that's kind of the whole scenario with you and your name and everything like that too.
I
But
think
early
that
on.
I'm probably one of the most talked about people ever in hip hop.
Yeah.
That especially for somebody who didn't actually do music.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for me not to do music, I mean, my name has been mentioned in so many different records and 4 artists, you know, use my name. You know, I can remember the first time that Above the Law. You know, they did one called Where's Freeway Rick? And this was like I was on the run then. Yeah, and they did one, Where's Freeway Rick?
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, my name has been so solidified in the hip hop
Right.
that is crazy.
Solidified and solicited.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it with TV.
Yeah.
I was mad. So I started to watch the first season of Snowfall, and then that's all I kind of remember. But hearing your story kind of reminds me of that.
Oh,
So
for
is
sure.
that-
For sure, Snowfall was a ripoff.
Okay.
Without question.
Okay, I was kind of putting to it like this.
I mean, you
kind of
know,
reminds me of Snowfall.
You know, John. You know, he tried to. Nah, John. No.
And this is the story that we had talked about where they had made this. Well, originally you were supposed to help.
Well, no, John was supposed to been helping me do my movie.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to been helping me do my movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to do the movie first. I thought doing the movie would be better than doing the TV series first. Because I look at the movie as gonna be like a big commercial,
Right.
the TV series.
Right.
You know.
Then you do the spinoff with your
And then you do
TV
this.
series,
'Cause
correct?
people ain't gonna get enough. Like right
Right.
now, the problem that we had for the longest with my script, because my movie script is done now. Yeah, we got it done. Got money in the bank to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem that we had was that people couldn't make the script shorter. You know, because for movies, most movies, they wanted to be 1 hour and 45 minutes. And they kept coming back like 3 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
A Lord of the Rings movie,
then-
long.
Yeah.
Water, you know?
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
you know, they can't understand a black movie 3 hours. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they went through with Malcolm X. You know, that was one of the problems they had with Malcolm X is that they couldn't see it being 3 hours long. And so that was a problem. But finally, they got somebody they got a script doctor, and he was able to give them what they felt
Oh, okay.
they wanted. And
Yeah.
I thought we should have went on with the 3 hours.
Yeah, just tell the story, you know?
Yeah. I felt that we should have just shot the whole 3 hours and then edit down to 45 minutes, and then come back after we break the box office with the second, because my movie gonna break the box office.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we're smarter than we think you are. But what you just said was exactly what I thought that would do. Like, let's film it, and then let's edit it down and size it down versus just telling you out the gate this is what it needs to be, and then you're trying to cram it in there anyway.
Yeah.
But the TV show that they were gonna do for you, you talked about you being on the losing side of one of the shows.
You talking about Snowfall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they, quote unquote, I guess you could say, won, they went ahead and just did what they did with the.
Well, no, we didn't go to court. We didn't go to court. I didn't try to sue. I didn't try to sue for Snowfall. You know, I just finished that lawsuit with the rapper and Universal and Sony and Warner Brothers. You know, I just got my ass kicked.
Right.
And Broly, you know, said Universal had 15 lawyers in the courthouse. You know, so they was paperworking my two little lawyers to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was costing me money I didn't have. You know, when we started the lawsuit, the lawyers was like, "Oh, well, you ain't got to spend no money," because I wasn't really tripping on suing about the name. You know, for me, it wasn't no big deal. You know, him having my name, it still ain't no big deal to me. You know, like I made that motherfucker. I'll make another one.
Right.
I mean, that's how I felt about it. But the lawyer was like, "Man, they owe you $50 million.
The money.
So you're give me some of that.
Right.
Give me some of that.
Right.
You know." So that was the whole thing about the lawsuit. So I just came out of that, and now you're talking about fighting FX.
Right.
You know, who probably just as big as Universal or bigger.
Right.
And I wasn't able to exercise my plans that I had sat down in jail and drew out. You know, that derailed all my plans for a while. You know, that became more important than me doing the things that I had planned in jail. Like, oh, I'm finna start off with $50 million. Them plans really gonna take off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I decided that I would rather go ahead and start to work on my plans instead of trying to do a lawsuit. And I knew that it was gonna be an iffy lawsuit because, you know, I'm pretty law savvy. You know, I should do about 4 hours every day in the law library.
You became a lawyer in prison, correct?
Not a legal lawyer, but I read a lot of law books. You know, I know
By more than some of these lawyers.
Yeah, more than my lawyer.
I mean,
more than my lawyer that I paid.
That
I paid all that money
out.
to.
Yeah.
And more than my prosecutor and my judge, you know, because they all said I was never gonna get out of prison.
Yeah.
So I understood eminent domain. I might not be able to pronounce it, but
Yeah.
it's a thing called eminent domain, and so that means that if a newspaper wrote it, they can use it. You know, if it comes out in the newspaper, then it's open game for whoever. So it was gonna come down to what we could prove they didn't get out of the newspaper, that we could prove that he got from talking to me, or that we could prove he got it out of my book. You know, if he got it out of my book, it's illegal.
Right.
But if he got it out of LA Times,
Yeah.
It's almost like public
domain.
right?
Yeah. So it's open game. So I didn't want to spend the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I had lawyers that got at me about it.
They wanted to go after it.
They thought they did, you know.
Yeah.
Even Gray out of Florida, I was so thrilled to meet him. You know, he was he the man.
Yeah. Oh, that's another lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Gray out of I can't think of his first name. You know, he was like Johnny Cochran's.
Okay, yeah.
He was Johnny Cochran's idol. He's probably won more lawsuits than probably anybody. He don't lose. Yeah. He a bad boy. I talked to him about it. So, and he was interested. But I explained to him that I have so much stuff in the eminent domain. You know, I mean, in '96, Time magazine said that I was the most talked about person maybe in the country.
Wow.
when it was discovered that the CIA had been putting crack cocaine into the black. I mean, I'm in jail. I'm doing probably 6 interviews every day.
Yeah.
Every day I'm
About that.
About that, yeah. You know what I mean? News people coming from overseas, Nightline, Dateline, 2020, Montel Williams.
Yeah, I seen that. Seen you on the show. So the documentary that I had watched, where it talked about, it came out about the CIA basically
Cracking the system.
Right. So, how did they figure that out, that they were doing that? Like, who found out or who brought it to?
Well, it was a lady named Cora who probably she started the initial thing, the initial investigation. Gary Webb was a investigative reporter, and Cora, her boyfriend, was a drug trafficker. They say. I mean, I didn't know him, but they say he was a drug trafficker, and he was on trial in San Francisco. They're taking all of his houses and all of his cars, and they had him in jail like 2 or 3 years with no trial and no nothing. And Cora was one of those kind of women that was like kind of like an investigative reporter herself, you know, and she just started digging all kind of stuff up, and she got this file from his trial that somehow they accidentally gave him, and she took it to Gary Webb. And then Gary Webb found me.
Right.
You know, Gary Webb started going down
Yeah,
down the leg.
Yeah.
Different, and he came and found me and asked me about him, and, you know, then that started the whole thing.
Yeah. So were they fit? So when you're getting, obviously you're already moving the weight as it was already. Did they ever come to you directly like, hey, I need you to do this for us? The government, like the CIA or anything like that?
I mean, they wouldn't tell you they the CIA.
Right.
No, they didn't. It didn't happen. I mean, it's like just a string of events that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Danilo never told me that he was a CIA operative. You know?
That was my next question.
Yeah, no, he never said that.
Yeah.
It was no need.
Yeah.
You know, why would you, be like?
But he was already that when he met you?
Well, he when he got kicked out of Nicaragua, he was the minister of agriculture. Mm. So they already had government ties from the beginning. You know, America was backing the Contras against the Sandinistas, you know, from the beginning.
So when you met him,
fund
the war.
Yeah. So you really weren't privy to what was going on that side. You was just
I didn't care. I was a young brother in the hood.
Right.
Had never read a newspaper, didn't watch the news.
Right.
That was having money.
Got you. So
I thought what was cool about it when you were talking about it. That's, I guess, Magic Johnson had got some contract saying he was making $1 million a year, and you were like, man, $1 million a year, I'm making that in a day.
Yeah, but it's different money. I know now. It's different kind of money.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that money totally different.
What's like the most lavish thing that you bought that you're like, man, I probably shouldn't have bought that?
I really didn't buy lavish stuff. You know, my partner Ali, who I never got him nothing. You know, I never had bought him a present. They was having like a little boat thing in L.A. You know, all the people was gonna go to the lake, and so I was going out and get me like a little speedboat for myself. You know, just to go and hang out that weekend with everybody. And when I go in there, they got this 40-foot cigar boat sitting in there, and I was like, man, what y'all gonna do with that? And he was like, we don't know. The dude who ordered it had us to make it for him. He went to jail, and we've been had it, and it's just sitting there. I was like, how much you want for it?
Okay.
So I bought him that for his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's live.
Yeah, so that's probably the most lavish. You know, I used to buy like a motel for myself, houses.
I seen that you originally wanted to open a bunch of motels, right? That's
yeah,
what you wanted to do.
My exit plan was going to be to get 4 motels up and running and then quit. The feds came in before I started them, but I didn't get the last 3 done.
Yeah.
Before the feds.
But with that kind of money, what are you doing with all that money?
You buy what you want.
So if it wasn't lavish, what'd you buy?
If it wasn't lavish,
Yeah, like what would you spend your money on?
houses.
Just houses.
I used to like to buy raggedy houses and fix them up.
Oh, okay.
I didn't flip them.
Oh, you
That was my problem. I should have been flipping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I should have been flipping, but I wasn't flipping.
Mm-hmm.
And but I bought my way to some of the biggest landowners in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to know them, and they taught me some trades that I'm still going to use today. I just got to get myself in position.
Right.
You know, some of the things that they were doing now, I mean, back then, would still work right now if but you got to have the cash to be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what, like, I guess during that time, maybe it hit you when you were locked up, like as far as like being instrumental in like almost helping destroying the black community, you know, or had a part in that. When did you realize like that was it, or like, damn, I'm fucking up? Like,
Well, I realized that before I went to jail.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I stopped selling drugs about a year and a half before I went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And what got me was that I was a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I didn't want my people using drugs, but here I am selling drugs to everybody.
Right.
So that's really why I quit selling drugs, not because I went to jail or anything like that. There, I didn't want to be a hypocrite.
Right. No. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So the reporter Webb, I think that's the one that we had read about. He ended up passing away, is what they said, right?
No, he got killed.
He got killed? Okay.
Yeah, shot. He committed suicide, they say.
Right. That's what they said. They committed suicide. But everybody says there's no doubt in their mind that he would have killed himself.
His wife said he would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said he was going through some stuff, But, shoot yourself in the head. I think twice is for me that, like you take the gun and you shoot yourself and,
right.
Kill yourself, but you're able to constantly pick the gun up and
do it again.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they say he committed suicide.
Yeah.
Losing all his, his credentials and stuff like that because they thought he was chasing a bunch of nothing, but ended up being.
Well, this whole story, this story was the first story to ever go on the internet by a major newspaper.
Okay.
I kicked the internet off.
Yeah.
They don't give me that credit. Hey, they don't give me that credit, but I kicked the internet off. Yeah. I could only imagine what my social following would have been like had I been on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine social media and that story hits.
Boom. Yeah, imagine he's breaking the internet.
You got to read the LA Times article that they wrote. LA Times, not LA Times, Time Magazine did a whole story on it, and the one where they were saying I was the most talked about person in the country that year. They was talking about how San Jose Mercury News was the first major newspaper to put a story on the internet.
Yeah.
And it went viral. So, Maxine Waters, Jesse Jackson, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
I wake up one morning, somebody knocking on my door. Hey, man, Bill Clinton talking about you.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
Next morning, hey, the CIA director talking about you.
Yeah.
So my story went crazy viral. And a lot of people don't even know that.
I didn't know it was on the internet like that. I thought it was still.
Oh no, it was in there. It was the first story ever on the internet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was probably 6 or 7.
And that was before Google.
Yeah. Yeah, because Google was started 99, I think.
I'm not sure.
98, 99. No, I think that might have been Amazon. Google might have been. I don't know, about the same time. I'm not sure.
But it was before. I think it was before Google.
Yeah.
So it was big. It was big. I done made history a few times.
Yeah. You are historic. No, you are part of American history, for real.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy.
And now when this movie come out, man,
So what's the plans with the movie? Like, when are y'all plan on shooting and getting all that done?
Well,
or when production?
Well, we working out. I flew up to Oakland. I heard Ryan Coogler was gonna be speaking at Thug Therapy. So I jumped on a plane from Atlanta, shot there, flew to LA, grabbed the script, shoot to Oakland.
Yeah.
He on stage. I walk up, sit right next to him.
Yeah.
And handed the script, and I asked the audience, who y'all think should do my story? And they say, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he said my story need to be told. So I'm hoping that that he'll come on board and help us out.
Yeah.
If not as a director, a co-director, because we already got Mike Ho. Mike Ho is already signed as a director. But Ryan Coogler's so hot right now, man.
Right, that'd be dope.
That guy is fucking on fire.
Yeah.
He passed some of the great ones in like a few years, But he sit there listen to his story, he worked for it, But his storytelling, I just went and watched. After I met him, because I'd never watched Sinners, so after I met him, I went and watched Sinners, and just his camera work is bananas.
I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I haven't had a chance.
Oh, his camera work is sick with it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out ASAP, man.
He did Black Panther too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie.
That's a good movie. I like the first one better, but Black Panther 2 is
Yeah, that was good
too.
I think he did the first one.
Did you do the first one?
Yeah, he did the first
Oh,
one.
I didn't know he did. I didn't know he did both of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, shoot. Yeah. That's what's up.
He do my movie $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out of prison, man, it's crazy. I ain't been out of prison for a week, and I'm sitting in the biggest dudes in Hollywood's office.
Yeah, because they all wanna.
They don't know. They don't know. They didn't know. They went by the people who brought me there.
Okay.
Gotti took me over to Sony. Nick Cassavetes took me to Jeff Berg. Gotti take me over to Sony and meet with Michael Linton. And Columbus Short take me to CAA and meet with Spencer Boomer. And these guys, they lowball me. Oh, we give you $600,000, but you got to walk away. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. 600,000 ain't no money.
No.
Not to me.
Not for that. Not for that type of story. No.
Yeah, no.
We done spend that in one day.
All right.
Hey, I done spend that in one day.
Especially if you like 600,000. Man,
Hey, I done spend that in one day.
Right. That's gas money, bro. Like what?
But I told you when I was in prison, I already kind of knew that they wasn't going to do my story. They wouldn't understand it. Like my book. That's why I studied self-publishing my book.
Right.
Because I knew they wasn't going to understand. They wasn't going to understand my book. They wasn't going to understand. They don't understand me. So I turn them all down.
So the movies, and you say like, they wouldn't publish your story and everything like that. Why do you feel like they've published a lot of other people's stories, like, like American Gangster and all these other places? Why do you feel like they haven't taken your story, which is a lot, not necessarily crazier, but a lot more thrillful, if you will?
Well,
and ran with it that way too.
Well, those guys had people, that, like American Gangster, they had Denzel, who was bankable.
Yeah.
Denzel was highly bankable. So he could almost, I can't say he can do whatever, but he can almost do whatever he want to do, in Hollywood, especially with a certain budget.
Right.
But by mine not having that attachment, and with me kind of like running the show, I kind of like run my show.
Right.
I mean, I got Reginald Hutland and Geno Taylor and Skip Conwell. These guys are like award-winning people, but I still run the show. I let them make all the decisions.
Right.
When we come in the room,
yeah, it's your story.
It's my story.
Right.
This is my show.
Right.
This is what I'm doing. You guys are helping me. I mean, even with my documentary, they took my documentary from me in court, but Mark Levin, if he told the truth, I ran that documentary. I'm the one set up the interviews. I told him the way I wanted the story told, and the people in Hollywood they don't like that. Like, they didn't want me to be a producer of that documentary. And we kind of had a falling out about it because I was like, look what they were saying. They were saying, well, if they say you wrote it and you produced it, then people gonna think that this is just an in-vain story, like this is just something that I wanted people to actually see. Yeah. I said, well, if that's what it is, then that's what it really is.
Right.
So now you're going to lie to the people and tell them that I didn't write the story. So if it was vain, they won't know that it was vain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And you would do that to the people. You would trick them like that and tell them something. And, you know, so we fell out and they went to court and the judge wound up giving them all the rights to do whatever they wanted to do and however they wanted to do it. And
Yeah.
I have no editing. I mean, I have no accounting rights. I can't find out how much money it made.
Yeah.
I'm part owner, but that's it.
Right. Man.
Yeah,
So at one point, obviously, we all know the story, but you were so big that they had their own. You had your own task force on you.
Yeah, they call themselves the Freeway Task Force. It was supposed to be the biggest narcotic task force in the country, the most sophisticated, and for good reason. You know, they had a tactic that they was gonna get their man. You know, if you didn't have drugs on you, they was gonna plant it on you.
Right. Yeah, and that was the other thing. That scene where they were.
Yeah,
I guess the other, not necessarily chasing you, but they had pulled up and they popped the trunk and threw some drugs in there.
Yeah.
And they tried to say that you
I
threw
the drugs.
drugs, but
Yeah, they did that.
that's crazy. But I think what people don't forget though is like there are like they do that. You know what I mean? Like not just playing,
cops
but
lie. Cops are they're just normal people.
Yeah, they're humans
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So they want to cheat.
Yeah,
You know,
they gonna do fuck shit.
I'm gonna get a raise.
all right.
And that's one of the things that I really, you know, from studying the law, that I really say that they should not be able to benefit based on the number of arrests they made.
It shouldn't be incentivized, basically.
It shouldn't be incentivized. You know, like you shouldn't get a bonus because you lock up 20 people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Like that's your job.
or if you find 30 kilos or 100 kilos or 1,000 kilos, that's your job.
Right.
You hired to do narcotic, and what your base salary is, that's all it should be.
Like,
but
it's hard to
you
protect
know,
and serve.
they incentivize them to lie. They incentivize them to boost up the number. There's a thing in the sentencing guideline book where say like in my case, my crimey, Chico Brown, he had enough to buy 20 kilos. What they do? Okay, your money, we're just going to use your money as a down payment on 100 kilos.
Instead of giving you the 20.
Instead of giving us the 20. Because the 20 carried a different amount of time.
Right.
You know, the 100 kilos made me eligible for the life sentence. The 20 kilos, I wouldn't have been eligible. So they took it as a down payment and they was going to give us the rest on credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how games that they play.
Yeah.
You know, a good cop would have been like, I'm going to charge him with the least amount of drugs I can charge him with. Because I ain't taking this shit personal.
Right. Yeah.
It's just my job.
Right.
You know, if he get off, he get off. If he go to jail, he go to jail. That ain't
Yeah.
part of my. How long he go to jail for? That is not my job either.
He's just being just. It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And when they not playing like that, then they crossing that line.
If they're that crooked, I mean, this is obviously only certain ones that have done that. But if that crooked anyway, they may as well just told you, hey, look, I'm gonna plant this on you. Either we can go through this or not, or you're just gonna give me some money because it's the same thing anyway. They're already being crooked as it is.
They was already taking money.
Well, yeah. Then they were taking money.
They got caught
funding
taking.
it.
Yeah, they got caught
Yeah,
taking.
that was the other thing. You know,
Yeah, so they was doing that anyway.
because I seen where they said any money that they seized, they were using it to fund.
Yeah, what they say, that's what they saying. But they,
Right.
But they say, oh, well, I need a house to rest a little better in. You know?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you ever?
Wife needs a new car.
Yeah, and the wife need a car. If the wife ain't right, I ain't gonna be right.
Exactly.
I can't go do my job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can all justify, you know.
Yeah, the man's just waking up like, all right, well, I need a new beach house, so let's go hit one of Rick's houses real quick. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
They had beach houses too.
Yeah.
Yeah, They was living like that. I don't know why they was. I mean, these cops. You know, you think they've been cops, and they dealing with this with drug dealers. Like, why would you follow the same pattern? The only part you didn't do is you wasn't out here selling drugs.
Right, it's the same thing.
But you doing the same thing.
The same shit.
You making yourself attractive. You know.
It's contradictory. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Have they ever seized? Well, not just broke in their house and seized your stuff or anything like that. But did you ever see them like take some of your stuff for their own personal?
They never caught me like that. I never had my contact was very limited, with the cops.
So they rarely ever saw you then.
They rarely saw me. I hid, I hide. I try to be, as you say, I was Casper.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to watch it, they had a series that came out called L.A. Gang Godfathers, and they say I was the most elusive because I don't do the things that would make me stand out. Like I don't care. I don't care for the shine.
Yeah.
I ain't looking for the people to see me driving down the street in a car. Oh, that's Rick's car.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for that. I wanted the money.
Speaking of
then
cars,
it happened the same thing with the motel. Oh, that's Rick's motel.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a body shop. It's a beauty salon.
Okay.
So even though I was trying not to do that, but it still kind of happened anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on a different level.
Speaking of cars, shout out to B West. We'll see him later. Somebody told me you carry a lot of keys around town, and when you get tired, you pop the keys and get in your car. You got a bunch of cars kind of just parked around.
Oh yeah, and I so dope. Yeah, we had about 30 cars.
Oh man.
And I would switch cars. I kept my dope in cars.
Yeah.
That was my stash. I didn't use stash houses. I used stash cars.
Okay.
So, I would have a car that I would have quarter pounds in, and I have a car I have ounces in, and I have a car that I would have eighths in, and we would just go to that car, and then you get all the dope out of it. Ain't no more dope, and the car just be sitting there.
Yeah.
And one day you drive by, and that's my car right there.
Yeah.
And then we always kept the keys under the floor mat, so
Yeah.
just jump in, switch cars.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, but I got some new ventures now, man. I'm
Yeah, I know you are into
boxing,
boxing.
yeah.
Yeah, and
one of my guys just sent me some pictures the other day. He helping get Canelo ready for a Terrence Crawford fight.
Yeah.
okay.
So I done come a long ways in this
Yeah.
boxing, man. It was like, wow, I got a guy that's getting maybe the biggest guy in boxing ready.
Yeah. Between them two, they're the two biggest.
Yeah, the two biggest, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had to show you pictures when
Yeah.
my guy, he's from Korea. His name is Sheen.
Mhm.
He's the number 147 in Korea.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And he's training with.
Canelo.
Yeah,
He's in the ring with Canelo boxing. I got pictures of him.
It's crazy.
Of them boxing each other and everything.
We are for sure gonna have. His name is Mandingo. He's one of Byron's really good buddies. He's a boxer as well. He fought Canelo. Canelo talks about how strong he was as far as punching power was and everything. But
Yeah. That's my guy right there.
Oh yeah, that's hard. Wow, that's crazy. So how long you been? What's up? You're an investor, a manager, or you like? What are you?
I'm a manager.
Manager, okay.
Yeah, I'm a manager. Yeah. I've been. Well, I've been messing around with the boxing. Remember, I told you. Let me tell you, when I'm sitting in jail, right? Because when I'm sitting there, when you're in jail, you got all this time to think. So I'm thinking back, man.
Mm.
I remember we was at Caesar's Palace. We was at the Marvin Hagler Sugar Ray Leonard fight.
Yeah.
And so all the boys from LA, we at this big table, like it was feasting, and Don King come to the table, shake everybody in. And when I'm sitting in jail, I was like, wow. What if you told Don King that day you had $3 million and you would have gave it all to him to teach you boxing?
Yeah.
Because that's what I did with Anita Baker.
Okay.
With Otis, I told Otis, teach me the music business. I'm giving you the $600,000
Mm-hmm.
to do her record, to do whatever you're gonna do. I'm giving you the money.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me the business, because I want to get out of the dope game.
Yeah.
right.
I never wanted dope to be my career.
Mm.
Right.
That was not. You ever saw the movie Superfly?
Superfly?
Yeah.
No, I never seen that.
Y'all never saw Superfly? Oh my!
Oh, Superfly? No.
You ain't never saw Superfly?
I never sat down and watched.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I never sat
That's
down and
one of-
watched it.
that's one of the
my
cold-
mom's movies, but
Listen, that's one of the coldest movies
Yeah.
ever.
okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
The brother said he's trying to make it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I based my career off of what I learned from him.
Okay.
He got out of the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
So my goal was to get out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for ways. I was paying people.
Yeah.
Here's $600,000, man.
Right. Go do
Get
something.
me out.
Right.
Get me out. the dude I was telling you about, the dude of real estate. I gave a dude a house to take me and introduce me to them.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I want that house right there. You want me to introduce you? I'm gonna introduce you. Give me that house. That's how I do. That's how I do my deal. That's why it's gonna be crazy when I get some money.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy because I'm gonna be buying people game. What? Here, because I don't care about money.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to do with it.
Let's give it the knowledge.
What I'm gonna do? Buy gas for my car. Eat. My meals cost me $16 a day.
Mm-hmm.
The food that I love to eat costs me $16 a day
Mm-hmm.
for me to go to the restaurant I go to, Beyond Vegan, in LA. That's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
And the little plate costs me $16.
Yeah.
So
That's all you need.
that's all I need.
Okay.
I live on for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm sitting there and I was like, damn, what if you'd have told Don King that you had $3 million, you would have gave it to him to teach you boxing.
Yeah.
You know, you never would have went to prison. So I met Don too. I met him since I've been home.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to his office and
Yeah.
I was gonna work for Don for free.
Mm.
You know, I went to his office. I was like, man, I moved to Florida. You ain't got to give me nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come here and work with you
Right.
because I knew I would have picked up the game.
Mm.
Right.
You know, one of my teachers, one of my favorite books that I read, out of all of the books I read, and I read over 300 books when I was gone.
Mm.
And that's not counting law books, and I call them magazines because I read magazines, newspapers. I was just cramming all this game down. I'm game tight. I don't even know how tight my game is yet because the motherfucker keep growing.
Yeah.
So I go to Don's office and I was like, look, Don, man, you one of my idols. You know, I look up to you. I'll come down here and work for you for nothing. You ain't got to pay me.
Mm.
You ain't got to give me no place to stay. And he called me here to think about it. And I never heard back from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but his loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, his loss. When he see what I do to boxing, he gonna be like, if he, you know,
Yeah.
damn,
Shake
that
regardless.
dude trying to work with me.
Yeah.
Right. So who do you have right now that you're managing and
The guy.
things like that? This guy that you just showed us.
Sheehan, he's the number one guy out of Korea.
Mhm.
I got another kid, Jason Moreno, out of New Jersey. He's getting ready to sign a TV deal. He's gonna be the first fighter that I manage that stayed with me up until the time that I got him on TV deal. I found Kid Austin. Y'all,
Okay.
he from here.
Yeah.
He used to be from here.
Okay.
Yeah, you know Kid Austin, the one who was supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't
The fight just getting canceled.
And he fake sick.
Yeah, that's
What?
what. Yeah, it was a fight. It was a big.
Oh,
it was a
he-
big promotion for a while, and
Yeah.
for a fight, and then the fight got called off because apparently
6
he got
days.
sick.
6 days before the fight.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
apparently he got sick, and
Yeah, so
Okay. Wow.
I had him,
Mhm.
found him, signed a messed up contract. I got another kid, Shy Money, out of Carolina.
Mm.
I got another kid out of New York, Raleigh Bourne.
Mhm.
I got another kid out of Dallas, Xavier Washington. And who else I got? That might be it, right?
Yeah.
Oh no! I got whew. This boy remind me of a Junkyard Dog
Oh yeah, one of the okay.
out of Cincinnati, Ohio. LeVar
LeVar.
Carter. Oh my goodness, this young boy is he's a wolf
yeah,
in sheep clothes. He trying to hurt something.
Yeah.
yeah,
He the one. Phew. He the one that right now he ready to get in the ring with anybody.
Mm.
yeah.
You know, he like, man, I don't care who you put me in there with. Put me in there right now.
Yeah.
You know, one of them kind.
Yeah. Okay.
And he mean it.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took him down to Toledo, Ohio, and let him spar with Albert Bell. You know, Albert Bell is one of the guys that nobody really want to fight. You know, Albert fight style is ugly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We're gonna maul you.
yeah. Keep that jab. He
Yeah.
keep that jab on
Yeah,
you, and
he
his
gonna be
fight.
busy.
Yeah,
He gonna be busy.
but nobody want to fight him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And my guy went down there. Albert was like, Rick, that kid mean as a motherfucker.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
He say sign him.
yeah.
He say sign him. He mean. So
Yeah.
I'm doing that, and then I'm launching my own app, streaming app right now too.
Okay.
With my own network. I'm gonna have my own whole little network.
Yeah.
We'll be doing like the Tubi movies,
Okay.
on demand. Then I'm gonna have the live fights,
Mm-hmm.
podcasts. The whole 9 yards.
Yeah. And then what's the app called?
Right now, the working title is free.
Okay.
Free.
Yeah.
Free,
Yeah, we took the Freeway and just made it free.
Right. It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boxing will probably be under a Freeway Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good right there.
Yeah. And you got book. Yeah, I know you have a book.
Freeway Rick Untold Out of Volume.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you tell the nightmare side of it. Like you tell people how you're gonna do it, but you also touch on, like you said, the nightmare.
You gotta tell the kids about the nightmare.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you setting them up for failure. When they go in there and they looking for the house on the hill and the Rolls Royce and the jewelry and the girls and they look up and they sit in front of the judge.
Right.
With that hammer.
Yeah.
Talking about guilty as charged.
Yeah.
And
they got to see that. They got to know that.
Yeah, we got to know that. We make a lot of bad decisions. And a lot of times we're making decisions without evidence.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, like lack of knowledge, this, like in some situations, that's all we know.
Right.
So.
And you can't make a decision if that's all you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have facts in order to make a logical decision. That's called science.
Right.
I didn't do well in science in school, but I learned science when I got out in these streets. These streets will teach you science.
Street science.
Yeah.
Man, I was doing this radio station in St. Louis, and this brother was doing it with me. He was an activist, right? Where he went around where people got killed, and he said that year everybody in St. Louis that had gotten killed, none of them had high school diplomas.
Wow.
So when he said that, the first thing popped in my head was, we're dummies.
Mm-hmm.
They can't think.
Yeah.
They can't make logical decisions.
Yeah. A lot of it's probably emotion as well.
So we have to become, more conscious of what we're thinking about, what decisions we make, and, even from who you hanging out with.
Right.
Because you are who you hang out with. One of my men say he can tell you who you are by who you hanging out with. If he watch your friends long enough, he can tell you who you are. So
the person you are and how you gonna move.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. You're gonna be the 5th. That's why.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but that's good. I like how you touched on that as far as the nightmare side of it. A lot of people don't talk.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
I think that's important, and that's why I do these podcasts, and people ask me, man, why you do Vlad, man? Because Vlad allowed me to give these youngsters a message that ABC News ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, they're not.
CBS not gonna do it.
ABC,
They're not gonna give them the raw information.
Yeah, no. And you're only going to be on there, even if they talk to you, you're only going to be on there for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they're going to cut you short. All right, we're going to go to the weather.
It's only one controlled story, and whatever, or narrative.
If you look at my list of news media that I've done, you'd be like, wow.
Yeah.
But those is all while I was in prison.
Right.
Since I've been home, none of them done a story. They don't want to say, hey, Rick spoke at Brown University. Rick spoke at Stanford. Rick spoke at UCLA. Rick spoke at USC. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a guy like me, who because I don't have a high school diploma either.
Yeah, same here. I dropped out too.
Yeah. So for somebody without a high school diploma, without a general education, to now go to schools that no way I could have got enrolled in. Now they paying me to come and speak to their kids.
Yeah, right.
Like,
that's impact.
That ain't newsworthy.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those videos. But I think that's what a lot of people focus on. They focus on the negative and not what positive came out of it. You know what I mean? Like, because if you've been on such a deep end of the side of what was negative, if you will, because you know what to expect, you know what true information to give to people, because like, hey, I hit this brick wall, or I know exactly what happened or what's going to happen. People need to know that information, like you're talking about with the book. Like, people want to be a drug dealer or kids want to be a drug dealer, you say, well, here's what to expect. Why you selling drugs?
Absolutely.
And you're like,
what you're gonna get at the end of that rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. So
it might not be a pot of gold.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you're right though. Being able to give you a platform to actually talk about it, the raw information, not just what they want you to say or rush you off.
Yeah. So that's why I do Vlad. Vlad give me the time. Vlad try to keep me sometime for 3 hours. I'll be like, Vlad, man, come on, Vlad. We ain't gonna stay here all day, man.
Yeah.
But
you still go to Vlad now? Like, does he still?
I did Vlad about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still active. Yeah, you still active on Vlad? Because I remember seeing your videos years ago.
Yeah. I still.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you're still doing them. Okay.
Yeah. Vlad is cool with me. I mean, he digging.
Yeah.
He want to get to the funk.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But that's what a news reporter supposed to do.
Right.
Get to the funk.
Yeah, I remember the last time you were here for Joe Rogan's podcast. One of his, I'm a fan of Joe Rogan, so I watched I've seen every episode.
Yeah.
So. But because I know you had been on his show already previously.
Yep. 3 times.
But
third time.
One of his daughters goes to school with another daughter of a customer that we had. He works at Tesla, and he had mentioned how down to earth he always is and everything like that. But I remember you being here. But that's when I brought it up to Byron. I was like, man, it'd be crazy to interview him. He was like, you want to talk to him? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, FaceTimes you right then and there. And I was like, all right, here we go. Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. So shout out B-Web.
I got 20,000 numbers in my phone. So
yeah.
I don't shy about giving that number out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You can talk to me.
No, for
Just don't call me with no dumb shit.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah, as long as it's about, as long as it's about something, I'm always game.
Yeah. If there's anything that we can do to help you, or just anything, whatever resources we can get.
Well, y'all getting the message out right now.
So, no, for sure.
Just another audience.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we appreciate that too, for sure.
So you still doing t-shirts? You said you had a shop, so you still doing? Is it a t-shirt shop or is it?
Well, now I let somebody else print the shirts. I don't print them no more. But I'm building a Amazon site.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at Amazon too.
Like a big merchant account. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you I studied the big dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
He told me to study them, so I did.
Yeah.
Now I'm finna
execute.
I'm finna execute.
Yeah, you gotta execute.
So I'm building that site right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping to open my store in the next hopefully 2 or 3 weeks. The site almost done.
Okay.
So
you're selling general merchandise?
Yeah, books. I'm going to be doing because, a lot of people see my book, a lot of other authors, so I'm going to give other authors a platform.
Okay.
I'm already doing a little music stuff. I got the Rick Picks every week where I pick the best record of people who submit me their records.
Okay.
They submit me their records, and then my guys play them, listen to them, and then they tell me which ones that they think are the top ones. And, and then I'll make my pick at the end of the week.
Yeah, I need that info. I got artists, I got clients.
And I post it on my social media and and give them shouts out. And
we just had this conversation 2 days ago, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm doing that, and I think I'm gonna go on another book tour here in a couple months.
You were just at one, right? The other day.
Yesterday I was at a amateur boxing match, and I had some books too. Turn everything into a book fair.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I need to get one of them. We need to get them shirts, them Rick Ross shirts. Yeah.
I didn't bring none.
No, you good.
You can go on the website. They bootlegging my shirt online, so don't buy the bootleg. Yeah.
No, we'll go to the site, the real theory.
The real site.
Yeah, the real site. What's on the hoodie? I just noticed what's
This the company that's helping me build my website.
Okay.
Yeah, they the ones helping me build my website. So I said, you know what? They helping me, I'm gonna help them. So I'm gonna wear their shirt on.
Yeah. No, for sure.
McCray Mafia. Okay.
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
What they say? Take out the competition. Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I got that going, and I'm just finna tighten my clothing line up a little more. I got me some new designers.
Yeah.
So some professional designers. So I'm doing that. Just staying busy.
Yeah. Staying productive. I love it. I love it.
So do you remember whenever because I don't want to give him too much publicity on this because this is about you, but do you remember the first time somebody told you when the rapper Rick Ross actually was using your name, or you heard a song and you're like,
no, what? He didn't have no song on the radio then.
Oh no, okay.
No, when I found out he was just getting started.
Yeah, this is before or after he was a corrections officer.
After he started rapping after the correctional officer stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was in jail.
Okay.
Because I watched the video where there's more of an illustration, like a cartoon illustration, to where they basically told him, "Hey, the guy that you're using, that's named, he's about to get out, and we got to do something about your name, And he's kind of like thinking to himself, like, "Oh, damn." So then I realized that he kind of changed his name to Rose or whatever.
No, he changed that after the lawsuit.
Okay.
The lawsuit made him change. They thought they was gonna lose.
Oh, so
The judge could have easily. She could have went 5 days different. If she'd have said,
Oh, you did tell me.
if she'd have said 5 days different, I could have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You lost it by a day or something like that?
5 days.
5 days.
5 days. 5 days different. Also, I got another. I'm working with one of my partners with a cartoon called the Bluntheads.
Okay.
It's about weed rolled up.
Yeah.
And they talk and move around like people.
Speaking of that, didn't you start opening the
A dispensary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a licensed marijuana dealer.
Okay. And that's in Cali, obviously. We need to go.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to go out there, too, obviously.
Yeah.
Great weed, cheap. The
Yeah.
prices of weed in California so damn cheap right now.
Cheap now, yeah. So,
Cheap? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but great.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get it. I get
It's
it.
like a utopia out there right now. Huh?
Yeah,
For
it's
weed, yeah.
flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Texas, I don't know if they'll ever.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. No Texas.
They would let their money keep going to Oklahoma.
Bro,
guess
and it
so.
ain't even no good.
I guess so.
New Mexico and Oklahoma, they call it the sticks for a reason. So, I mean, but yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't smoke. I don't really get into it, but I know if it became legal, I'm investing. I know that. So
Yeah, I want to work on that. That's probably something I need to get with you on, getting that started here if it ever does become green.
Oh, they're going to do it
We can do it.
eventually.
So have the infrastructure already done. So, but no, that's good though.
Yeah.
What other plans you got that no one really tapped into yet that you got going on that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm excited about everything I'll be doing.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be. You know.
My baby's playing tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. My daughter, right? Yeah.
Yeah. My son just came on the last couple months.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. He's a late bloomer.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a preemie, so his modems
Mm-hmm.
don't turn like normal people. But these past couple months, man, he been on a tear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you said your daughter's good. Like,
Oh, my
she
daughter's
good.
Yeah, real good, yeah.
she real good.
Yeah.
How old is she?
13.
Oh, she's 13? Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought she was older.
She might turn pro next year though.
Yeah, you said let's say she
Yeah,
good.
we might turn her.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
How's that make you feel as a dad?
Well, I mean, to see them play at a level that maybe even higher than I played at when I was in my height of my game. But I knew they could. I knew it was just a matter of the exposure, putting in the time. My kids taking lessons from Roger Smith, who, when he played on the circuit, he beat everybody.
Yeah.
He beat Iban Lendl when Iban was number one in the world. So they working with the best of the best.
All right. Yeah.
They work with Richard Williams,
Yeah.
not Venus' dad, but the one who taught their dad
Right.
how to play. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're good. And I remember you saying she was really good. She can
Up there.
change the game.
Yeah.
she could be if she wanted to.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Now it's going to come down to her will. How much she is willing to put into her craft.
Right.
I mean, you can have all the attributes, but if you don't use the attributes, then they become a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You lose it.
Well, shout out to your kids. They got a living legend as a father.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with that.
Really?
Yeah, why are people always coming and asking you for pictures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they know your story? Do they know about?
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know everything.
Yeah, they know I was a drug dealer.
Mhm.
I don't hide that from them.
Right.
And I like, it don't affect you unless you let it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's good, though, because now it's like their time, in a sense. You're going to let them blossom out and become who they want to be.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any kids, so I can't relate to
No?
much, but yeah, no kids. Yeah, I'm just locked in.
Let's have a little basketball team and
Yeah.
some subs. And some subs.
some
And
subs.
some subs. Oh, man.
We playing 3-on-3 in my family. Well, no, I guess I got to start in 5. Yeah, we got Aaliyah and Jaden.
Yeah, I
So,
like
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, out there.
Especially good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other sport that you wanted to play that you never really
I played
pursued?
football, basketball, baseball. I play everything. I was an athlete.
But you love tennis, though.
Not really.
No?
Tennis was something that I could do. Back when I was coming up, you're 6 feet tall. You ain't playing football.
Yeah,
That's fast.
Yeah. So
tennis, so tennis is kind of your niche. Yeah.
Right.
tennis it
So
was.
that's what it was,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, you got to be in shape to play tennis, though. The back and forth.
Hella shape.
And all that.
Yeah, tennis is probably one of the more trying sports.
Yeah.
And they say it's the best cardio that you can get.
Yeah, see, I think I watched.
And I think the mental aspect of it is phenomenal. I took my kids to a camp at UCLA, and the coach there was saying that in one match you make 60,000 decisions
Dang.
in one match.
Yeah.
Wow, 60,000. Dang.
Yeah, so you processing a lot.
Where to put your hand, where your foot, where am I hit,
Where the ball going?
and that's just one.
That's just
smack.
you.
Yeah.
You got to do the same thing with your opponent. What is
Yeah,
he
now
doing?
you on defense. Yeah.
Why did he turn his hip that way? Why is his head looking here?
Yeah.
Look how he got his racket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to counter that. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a thinking man's game,
Mm-hmm.
and I credit tennis, with giving me my my way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So in your way of giving back to the community, I know a lot of it has to do with knowledge, because knowledge is, obviously everybody knows, is a lot of power. Yeah, it goes to a lot of ways. What's something that you can give, not even just people that are growing up, even people that maybe just got out, maybe people who are down that path, or maybe thinking about, they're on their last whatever it is, mentally, what can you give them to change their mind to just keep going?
Well, one of the most important things is that they got to believe in themselves. If you don't give yourself a chance, then nobody else will.
Right.
So that's one of the first things, and then if you want to take it a step further, go pick up those 3 books that I didn't even name the books. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Classy, and As a Man Think by James Allen, or As a Woman Think by James Allen. Those books really changed me. They helped me put my game plan together, helped me get out of prison, and hey, they can do the same thing for you. Because, some people out here living in prison.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Without the gate.
Yeah, without the gate. Yeah. Mentally.
Yeah, they got a fence around their brain.
Right. Right. Yeah, I had to get past that type of stuff too coming up a few years back. Yeah, when I started my business. Before that, it was just a rat race, just working, not knowing my worth, not knowing what I'm capable of. And then finally had to break through that. And that's how I was able to start my business and do what I do now. It was just kind of breaking free of that mental, because it's really you versus you,
Right.
So once you get past you, stars the limit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely with that. Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, Rick.
Oh, mine.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Hopefully I gave y'all something.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, big game. I appreciate you. Sure.
Whenever I do this, I always try to bless the people with something that is worthwhile. I don't want to sell no garbage.
Yeah, it's right. Never that. And I appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah. Anytime, we'll do it again.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Let's do it again.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to go to LA next time.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all gonna do it in L.A.?
Yeah, we can.
I've never been.
Yeah.
I've never been to Cali.
All right, come on out.
Yeah. All right, it's Dreams to Deposits. Cwalk, my boy Jayy. Rick just left the room, man. We're just wrapping up. I don't know what I'm doing.
Freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it, man. We're about to get ready for this event.